Alright guys, HMK once again at Anime Miami 2014 Day 3 with a very special guest, David Vincent. How are you doing today, good sir?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here in Miami, Florida, and having a great time meeting the fans. It's been a great weekend.
Very cool, very cool. Now, if you guys don't know who this great man is, he's a very experienced voice actor. Most notably, you know him as Grim.Gang.com from and I totally forgot the name in the Kill la Kill character.
Senketsu from the series Kill la Kill.
But most recently and most notably, you should know him as Robin from Super Smash Bros. For Wii and 3DS. And for all those seasoned gamers, he's also Jin from Blaze Blue, Martial Law from Tekken. What else? We got Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. I'm Raymond Bester in Resident Evil. Richard in Tales of Graces. Let's see. Martial Law, Tekken, T-Hawk and Street Fighter. Just the list goes on. There's lots of video games that I've done.
Man, that is just crazy. Now, this video and this interview is going to be focused on Robin, Super Smash Bros., your experience as voice. Now, I want to know a couple of things. How did you get the contact with Nintendo to voice this character, Robin?
Well, I voiced Robin first in Fire Emblem. Okay, and in Fire Emblem, I went in and I auditioned, standard practice. You audition with a production company. The production company get the job. Fantastic, you go in and record the company, or you record the role. And when I recorded Fire Emblem, the funny thing about this is that nobody had no idea how much Fire Emblem was going to blow up. From what I understand, the rumor is that it was kind of on this is the last shot at Fire Emblem. Okay, and so I went in, we recorded it, and over the course of the next year and a half, 2 years after it had been released, as I guess the popularity just kind of skyrocketed. And I'll tell you a funny story, is I had gone in, you asked me specifically how I got in contact with Nintendo to be a part of Smash Bros. Well, I got contacted from the same production company that had recorded Fire Emblem. And I go into the studio, and they're like, you know what you're here for, right? And I'm like, Fire Emblem, right? And Danny is the wonderful director, and she looks at me with this wink in her eye, and she goes, Smash Bros. And so I was like, wait, what? And so she told me, yeah, what it was for, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. And of course, it was top secret at the time, so I couldn't say a word about it to anybody. But I was thrilled. I was excited.
Now, that was great that you brought that up, because I was going to segue into my next question. What is it like? Because you, of course, voicing Robin, of course, online for his trailer, and of course, for the game. What was that like? Keeping that information like secret, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a Smash. Like, tell anybody. You know, what was that like?
You know, it was. It's kind of funny. It was hard because I would go to. I had a number of different convention appearances, and people would ask me, "Do you have anything upcoming that you can talk about?" And I'm like, No, I can't talk about anything. And you know, I was dying. I wanted to be able to tell them, hey, it's a really cool role coming out, but I couldn't say anything. So that's kind of part of the course. Is you do these roles, and some you get really excited about. You just can't talk about them. You're under contract, and there's a reason for those contracts. A very real reason for it. So you have to obey them.
And trust me, I got burned that way personally on that. Now, two more questions. One is about Fire Emblem and Super Smash Bros. Of course, Robin. Of course, Robin in Fire Emblem is the avatar character.
Yes.
How did you get about molding a voice to an avatar character that's supposed to be like, molded to your own preference in a game like that? How did you make that?
Here's what you get when you audition for a piece: is you get what's called a character breakdown. And the character breakdown is going to tell you how old that character is, what their background is. It's going to describe, are they a hero, are they a villain? And then you go and you derive from that. What I do as an actor is I derive what the character wants. I look at the lines and why they're saying what they're saying. What does the character want? Why are they saying that? And then with that, I develop an attitude of the character, and that attitude kind of brings the voice to the character that I use. So, and to be more clear, when you're actually in the booth recording this character, in video games specifically, because you don't get a lot of context with your lines, you rely 110% on your director to give you the context of what's going on, why you're saying this. So, working, in collaboration with a really good director, that's really where the character comes from.
Very cool. Now, last question. Now, I know throughout this entire convention, you've been bombarded with people asking, you say, yeah, time to tip the scale. And I already know you're a very seasoned voice actor. Now, I want to do a spin on that. Of course, another very popular line from Super Smash Bros. Coming out is Schultz, I'm really serious. I was wondering if you could do a spin on that, like with Robin's voice, or that line. You know, see we can play around with that. Can you do that with the camera?
Sure, yeah, I can do that. How does it go again?
I'm really feeling it.
Okay. In Robin's voice?
Yeah.
Okay. Time to take the skin, so I'm really feeling it.
That was so awesome.
I'm here all night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, David, thank you so much.
You got it.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.